free coffee, early morning, trying to get Amelie ready for school, myself ready for work, trying to get the family ready. The new kitchen, I'm not totally familiar with. I open the cabinet doors, leave it open, bend over to get something, get back up. The corner of the cabinet door hit me right in the face, and it was a nice bloody mess. And
I told you Portugal was dangerous.
in different ways than the US, but yes, the IKEA cabinets here are sharper.
All right. So welcome to Xuanzang's Tower. Nick, are you anything other wisdom for us?
Just be careful when you bend over and get up quickly. Make sure there's no cabinet doors.
All right.
No, nothing
I'll
else.
stay in bed.
I was tempted to after that happened. Huge waves today, by the way. So if anybody's in Portugal, we can go surfing.
Nice.
All right.
I'm jealous. I got stuck with word and you got
At least it's cliche.
Welcome to Xuanzang's Tower. We're very lucky today to be at our retreat center, and we have one of the most talented translators is Word Smith, as you guys know. We call him the human computer. He remembers everything. I have lost a lot of money with bets on him. He has a beautiful new daughter, and he has two other daughters who are having a birthday. Yay, so Xuanzang.
Wow, her hair is awesome.
He sacrificed all his hair and put it on her. It's beautiful. I don't know. People ask me if they should have kids. And when he had kids, he just flowered. He became like a Buddha. So anyway, and that's his wonderful wife, Lydia. Word is doing one of the most difficult texts on the mind-only school. Mind-only school is quite difficult, and the rewards are commensurate. It means the harder you work for the mind-only school, the more your mind will expand. Okay, so don't be lazy. Okay, this is not an easy class, but the more effort you put into it, the more your own mind will grow. Okay, so don't turn your mind off. Okay. And Word's going to start with a homework from his last class. So take it away.
How do I do it?
That I don't know. You get Francisco to come and take care of it.
Necesito ayuda.
He wants to show his screen, Tim.
Is it
Possible? Should I put it on mine? Can I put it on mine?
Should I email it to you again?
Yeah. All right. He's gonna email it to me and I'll put it in.
Okay, I'll do it. Thank you.
Do not show all my emails, please. The last fight I had with someone might be on. Okay, are you off of my screen, right? Okay. All right, that's better. This is multitasking. Word has learned. Did you email?
Again, yeah. Maybe reload.
Email slower in this part of the world.
There you go.
Here we go. Okay, you can go back to my screen. And Professor,
Okay, so we just started a new section of our book. The whole first half of our book was on the foundation consciousness, which is what the mind only is like most famous for. And it's hard to get a good explanation of the other consciousness that's exclusive to the mind only school. So we just began that part of the book, which is exciting because the book will be over soon.
what's next?
I don't know. But so we're going to just have a short discussion on that. Okay, so here we go. What is the consciousness? What is the seventh consciousness in the mind only school?
Messed up mind.
Yeah. What's in Tibetan? Yeah,
You-
good. Sure. The question or? Oh, Nyun Yi is the Tibetan, and it's called messed up mind or negative consciousness. That's the seventh consciousness. All right. Okay, good.
Now we know who's really the genius in the family.
Okay, bonus question. What is the nickname for this consciousness in Tibetan? How is this name confusing and how is it relevant to our book?
The nickname is Yi, and it's confusing because it's
Oh,
also
yeah.
Who said that?
mine, Nick.
Yeah, good.
And
I had a class on this like 2 years ago, and she remembers.
relevant.
And why is that confusing, Ina?
Because Nu is messed up and Yi is just consciousness.
Yeah.
And then he wants to tell us that any consciousness is messed up.
Maybe. And how is it relevant to this book? What makes it so relevant?
The name of the book is
Yeah,
Yi.
yeah, It's the first word in the name of the book, and it's very confusing because Yi just usually means mind or thoughts or something, and here it means something very specific and technical. And Jason Kappa is messing with our Yis. Okay, there you go. Thank you, Ina. Thank you, Stanley. Okay, question 2. What is faulty about this consciousness? Like, what makes it messed up?
Misunderstand the eight.
Yeah, what does it think? In what way?
Misunderstand the eighth consciousness.
What it looks at the 8th consciousness and it thinks what about it that's wrong or messed up?
It's from its own side.
Close.
You can use that answer for anything. See,
Basically, anybody else more specific?
yeah.
We need one word with quotes around it. Yeah, what is it? Yeah.
So why is the consciousness messed up?
Yeah, it looks at the 8th consciousness and what does it think that's wrong?
I don't know what the 8 consciousnesses are,
Oh,
but
foundation consciousness.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that it's not a consciousness that's directly perceiving clear light.
No,
Directly
you're
perceiving.
right.
It says Deng Ao. Deng Ao.
Am I right?
I mean, ultimately, of course, yeah.
Thank you.
She gave the
It's
answer,
the
but she's in
reflection
another.
that's there out
What's
in,
that?
on itself, self-existent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good, yeah. Yay, everyone. It just sees it as a self. It's like the mind-only version of the first link in the Wheel of Life.
So there's a part of your mind where all your seeds live. And there's another part of your mind that looks at that part of your mind and it says that's me.
Yeah.
And that's why it's messed up.
Exactly. That's the Nyun and the Nyun. All right. Okay, this is a more technical question from last class. What is the essence of this consciousness?
Whoa.
Yeah, it's a little.
Yeah. $100. $100. Whose class is it? Yours? No, I'm just kidding. We were just kidding. Okay.
Good. It's neutral and doesn't cause a what? Huh? It's neutral and doesn't cause a what? There's two parts. The essence doesn't cause an obstacle. That's all.
Drip.
Yeah, drip.
Drip.
Yeah.
No drip. No drip coffee.
Good. Oh, wait, it says it's neutral. But causes an obstruction. Sorry. Okay. Okay, now for the Tibetan, just 3 Tibetan terms. Lung Duma Tempa. Or you can, yeah, you can. Yeah, good.
Karmically neutral.
Karmically neutral. Exactly. Good. All right. Okay, we had 2 versions of this, but they mean the same thing. Dripa tang ma dripa or drip me drip.
Good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Why? Okay, I'll give $50 to anybody who answers the
Whoa.
next question right. Okay, I explained it. I explained the whole grammar
Having a
text.
kid really changes you.
I explained the whole grammar text. Okay. And I explained this. Why is there 2 versions of this? Why are there 2 ways? Why does it say drip me drip and say dripa dang ma drippa?
It gets, it's hard to get these guys quiet. But if you ask them a question, they get really quiet.
Okay, I keep my $50. You put me when it's in between 2 terms. You put ma when it's in the beginning of a term. Now you know. Okay, what's the last one?
See how quiet it is? What's Gewa? Yeah.
What's Sam? What's Sam Chung? Yeah, good. Yeah, exactly. Mental function. What's Chuchik? Yeah, good. That's right. So the 11 virtuous functions of the mind. Yep, that's it.
Yay. Thank you for your homework. Okay, here we go. So we're gonna start. No, sorry, we're not there.
Okay, this class again?
Oh yeah.
It was supposed to be on the 23rd before.
I don't think it's right here. Okay. Let me start somewhere else. Let's see. We stopped here last time.
Yeah.
Let me get back to yours. And, we're here. Okay. I think I'd like to ask Word to read the first 2 paragraphs, and then you can pick on these guys.
Okay.
Let me give you a big cursor first. Right?
Accessibility again.
Accessibility. Explain.
Okay. All right, here we go.
You got the plane.
All right.
You got that.
All right, here we go. Hetak leki kun nyun ginpe tripao she kyang jupar minute tripa ni. I should do this for them, right? Ni nyung mong pam te kun le langpe lungaki migewa la sungpe chir tang. Gewa tang Se kun nun madripa nam kyang dripar gur we chiro.
Good. Let's start with Jupa Minu. Okay.
Okay.
You can. Minu.
You cannot, you're unable to.
Yeah, you shouldn't say that's Leki Kunyon.
That is a karma that
Yeah.
comes from all negativity.
Yeah, you can't refer to this as a negative state of mind, which is karma. Okay. And therefore it is Jip.
An obstacle.
Okay. So we say this is Jip Lungmaten. Say Jip Lungmaten. Or Majip Lungmaten. So Lungmaten means neutral state of mind, neither good deed nor bad deed, just neutral state of mind. Okay. There are two kinds of neutral states of mind, Jip and Majip. One is karmically neutral, but it blocks you. It holds you back. It hinders you in some way. It blinds you in some way. It's not a bad karma, but it blinds you. That's called Drip Lungmaten. Karmically neutral blinder. Karmically neutral obstacle. Then we have Drip Lungmaten, which is neutral karma. It's not bad deed, it's not good deed, it's neutral karma, but it does block you. Okay. So then the question comes up, what do you mean block? Block me from what? And that's being discussed in Word's book today. And you don't see this discussion almost ever. People say blocker, blocker. My teacher said blocker because he used to watch a lot of football. They said, these are blockers. And they would say, but it's not a bad deed. No, it's not a bad deed. But it's a blocker? Yeah, it's a blocker. What does it block? That's the question. Okay. And if it does its blocking, why isn't it a bad deed? If it blocks you from something good, why isn't it a bad deed? Okay. That's the question here. You cannot say it's blocker because it's negative emotion. You cannot say these are blocker because they are negative emotion. You cannot say that in this case. About what? About the seventh consciousness. Okay, what's that?
Yes.
Messed up state of mind. Okay. Is it a blocker? Yes. Is it negative emotion? No. Okay, got it? That negative state of mind, nyunyi, which looks at your storehouse consciousness and says, that's me, self-existent me, okay? That mind is a state of mind, is a blocker, but it's not a bad karma. Now, why not? Okay, why not? We got to think about it. We got to answer this question. Word's going to answer this question. If it's a dripa,
Blocker, obstacle.
if it's a blocker, it has been stated in scripture that it should, if it's a blocker, and by the way, I've been waiting my whole life to hear what it's blocking, and he says it here. He finally says it, not yet. Okay. If it's a blocker, shouldn't it be a nyomo?
A negative.
Yeah, or involved with negative emotions. Or shouldn't it be migewa of lu or?
Shouldn't it be something that's not virtuous of the body or speech?
Yeah, if something blocks you, shouldn't it be a bad deed of speech or body, or the state of mind, negative state of mind? Shouldn't it be that? If it's a blocker, shouldn't it be a bad karma? And we say no, it's neutral. It's not karmically active. It does not give you a good karmic result, and it does not give you a bad karmic result, but it blocks you. Okay. And we still don't know what. Okay. Here we go. Sungbichedo. Gewa dang.
Virtue.
Se kunyon majapanam.
Those negativities that happen within a lifetime?
Yeah, I'm not sure say is correct here. It's kind of out of place. But if it is correct, it's referring to karmas that keep you alive. Okay.
I see.
The karmas that keep you alive. So is good karma, and is the karma is good karma and is even negative thoughts which still keep you alive, okay? Are they do they block you? Good karma and the kinds of negative karmas, but they keep you alive, okay? Do they block you? They don't, okay? Not in this sense. They are not blockers in today's discussion. They are not. Are they bad? Yes. Do they block you? No. Okay. He says, if the definition of block was that it involved mental afflictions, then they should be blockers, but they're not. Therefore, block doesn't mean involved with mental afflictions. I'll say it again. If the meaning of block is that it involves negative states of mind, then things which we know are not blockers would be blockers. For example, the karma that keeps you alive, or good karma, okay? Is it a blocker? Technically not. But if the definition of blocker is that it's involved with the negative emotions, then they should be blockers, and they're not. So therefore, the definition of blocker is not, it's involved with a negative emotion. It must be something else. The definition of a blocker must be something else. Because if that's the definition of a blocker, then certain states of virtue could be a blocker, and they're not. Okay, virtue cannot be a blocker. Okay, got it? What is a blocker? We don't know yet. And by the way, the answer is very cool, and I've been waiting a long time for this one. Okay, can you read the next line, and then we'll pick on other people.
Okay. Good. Okay. Heke tuang kunle tusu migewa tang tripla lungdu matenpa ni nongmongpa cheno.
Yeah, tekedon.
Furthermore, it's
Yeah.
stated.
Yeah, or to this point, we also see in Kuntu.
The Compendium of Higher Knowledge.
Yeah, who's translating that?
Stain.
Yeah, that's Stanley's new book. By the way, Stanley's working on a new book because it's related to, can I say, the Dunhuang caves, which we are interested in working on them. So in China, in Gobi Desert. So, all right. This is called Samuchaya, and it happens to be Chunlumba Samuchaya, the Abhidharma Samuchaya. And it says, Migewa and Drip Lumaten.
Unvirtuous and create an obstacle.
Are Nyomong Chen.
Are those that possess something that's involved in medical, with mental affliction.
They're involved with negative emotions, okay? The other book, other famous mind-only book says, if it's drip, it shouldn't be involved with gewa, with good deeds, okay? And they are negative. They involve negative states of mind, okay? Blockers involve negative states of mind, okay? But we don't know yet why, all right? We don't know why. They are blocking something, but we don't know what they're blocking. All right, now you're gonna pick on somebody else and run the cursor.
Maria. She had a feeling.
I've never seen you pick on your students in person.
No, I just got to meet some of them.
It's online.
It's great.
By the way, I would like to thank Word for some excellent language classes. The people who are learning to read from him read very, very well. And I'm very happy. So, yay.
Maria is an excellent example of this. She's not nervous at all.
Okay, cursor, run the cursor.
Okay, go ahead.
Tripla lungduma ten pani kuntu drowe yidang suk par tepe
Tempe.
yu mun padang Iki nam parshepa dan supardente hle chik yepa
Wow.
chik sokladawadang tar shinpar dawadang shuk dang shuk mepa dang sung par den pao shedang.
Nice. So our author says, who's our author?
Seriously, Kappa.
Tsongkhapa. Okay. And by the way, we tried to translate this book 7 years ago and we gave up. And we translated an easier commentary and we got through it. We published it. It's called The Golden Key. It's an excellent book on the mind-only school. And then we felt ready to take on the more difficult book. So this is the more difficult book. Jipla lung tumaten. This law means but also. Okay, so what's it mean? Jipla lung tumaten.
As far as things that do cause an obstacle, there can also be neutral.
Yeah, so I'm going to describe to you something which is blocks you. It's a blocker. It blocks you. It obstructs you from seeing something. Okay, but it's lungdamata.
It's neutral.
It's karmically neutral. Okay, and that's a very interesting idea. It blocks you from happiness, but it's karmically neutral. It's not a bad karma. Okay, so can you explain further? It's a confusing idea, and that's why we're spending so much space on it. Okay, it's a blocker, but it is not a bad deed. It's neutral. It's karmically neutral. It's similar to the karma that created the pattern on these rugs. Okay, how do you feel about it? Guess I didn't notice it. That's a sign of a neutral karma. Okay, I don't know. You must have bored your mother or something, and then you created this carpet that nobody notices. Like that's called neutral karma. Okay, so how? But it seems to be negative. It's blocking you. Okay, it's blocker, but it's a neutral karma. Can you say more about it? Well, it's sungden.
It's joined with or equivalent to.
Yeah, sungden means linked with, like when a mental function is linked with the main mind, we call sungden, linked, okay? Like you're aware of your neighbor and you feel angry. So then the anger is linked with the awareness. The awareness is a general awareness and the anger is a specific mental function and they are linked, okay? So he says, by the way, for $100 and I will pay. Why are we struggling about something which is a blocker but karmically neutral? Why are we on this subject?
Because the nyunyi is karmically neutral. Because the
He
nyunyi,
shouldn't take the money when he's a teacher. Right? He
nobody
gave the
can.
right answer. You didn't hear it.
Yeah, why are we talking about this? It was in the homework.
Why are we talking about this?
It's okay. Why are we talking about this? You gave the answer.
Yulia was going to do it.
Oh, go ahead. She knows.
Ladies first, please. Right, Shintin?
So it is important to understand that it blocks neutral karma is also coming from us. So and if we ignore this fact, even the pattern on the floor is also.
Stop. Too complicated. Why are we talking about this? Why are we talking about a blocker state of mind which is neutral? Why are we talking about that?
Although it is still neutral, but if you're not careful, it manifests into a negative.
But why are we talking about it here?
So that we can prevent.
What part of the book are we talking?
Yay, $100. We're talking about the messed up state of mind.
Yeah.
And we said, guess what? It blocks you from something we don't know yet. It's an obstacle and it's neutral karma. Okay. The whole messed up part of your mind in the mind only school is neutral. It's not a bad karma. Okay, why? And that's what Tsongkhapa is saying. I don't get it. You know, Asanga said it was neutral. And, you know, why? It's a blocker, but it's neutral. Asanga said so. But why? Tsongkhapa is trying to figure out why. Okay. Okay. And he says, it's kundro means what?
Always around.
Yeah. And there are certain states of mind which are called,
The 5 omnipresent states of mind.
they're always around. Okay. They always accompany mind. They are, for example, attention, right?
Mhm.
The ability to focus on somebody is called ever present, always present in the mind. If you're asleep, if you're awake, if you're an animal, if you're a human, you still have this in your mind. It's the ability to, even ants can pay attention to something, right? Okay. So he says, we're talking about negative states of mind that are what do you call it? Sungden, linked with kundro, a mental function that's always there. Okay. And yiki number shepadang.
And just the mental consciousness.
By the way, I think he's saying that is drip lumatan. He's giving 3 examples of drip lumatan.
I think he is, yeah.
Okay. So he's trying to give us other examples of states of mind which are blockers but karmically neutral. And one of them is attention itself. When that attention is linked with a negative state of mind, the attention itself is neutral. Got it? Okay. It's not a negative karma, but it's linked with anger or something like that. A mind which is linked with the negative karma doesn't have to be negative karma. Got it? Okay. So he's talking about drip lungmaten. Here's another example. Yiki number 7 and some of them and give it jigsaw like dawa.
So with the mind in general, iki number shepa, that which is linked with it, together with it, then chikepa, in terms of jiksok which is the first link in the wheel of life.
First link in the wheel of life misunderstands me and mine. First link in the wheel of life misunderstands me and mine. And it is the source of all pain in the universe. Okay? And it's drip lumatan.
Neutral.
It's karmically neutral. It's not a bad karma. Go figure. Okay? The first link in the wheel of life, which triggers all pain in the universe, is karmically neutral. But it's blocker. It's some kind of blocker. And he's trying to say, look, it's confusing in this case to have a whole big part of your mind, number 7, which is completely negative and which is looking at your at your foundation consciousness and takes it to be me wrongly, which is pretty much what Jigsaw Latawa does, okay? Which it's functioning in a way as the first link of the 12 links, okay? And it's not a bad karma. It's a blocker, but it's not a bad karma. He says, wow, we're getting some weird examples here. And they don't help us so far. All right, and then he gives a 3rd example, which is?
Tarn Zin Partawa, which is the 2 ruts in the road.
Yeah.
The 2 extremes, thinking things are there that just because they're there, and thinking things just because they're empty, they can't exist at all.
Yeah, this is a difficult concept. It's a wrong view. It's a wrong way of looking at the world. And it's a consequence of another wrong view. Okay, so this is a special one. It's not ignorance. It's a special consequence of ignorance. Okay, so why? If it's true that everything is coming from its own side, that itself is misunderstanding, okay? But if you believe that everything comes from its own side, then you must believe either that nothing exists or that nothing changes. These are called consequences of this wrong idea, okay? I'll say it again. If you think that things come from their own side, then logically, you must believe that everything in the universe has stopped. Got it? Or that it never changes. Okay? Those are two logical consequences of thinking about things the wrong way. That's all. Those are karmically neutral. Okay? Those are karmically neutral. Those consequences of wrong idea, those results of thinking the wrong way are also karmically neutral. These are weird guys who cause you all your trouble, and they are not bad karma. But they are blockers. So, and by the way, so what he's trying to say is blocker doesn't mean bad karma, because there's lots of things that are blockers, but are not bad karma. And he's giving examples here. He's got one more example. Here we go. Suktang.
Suktang sukmepa tang songpa denpa. So that which is linked to are they talking about form and formless from again?
Yeah, they're talking about the concentrations and not the places.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That which is linked to the states of mind which take you to the form and formless realms.
So the lion's dance, if you, certain parts of the lion's dance will cause you to be reborn in the form realm or formless realm. These are two realms inside of the wheel of life. Okay, they are beautiful. They are Marvel superhero territory. Seriously, okay. But they are part of samsara. Okay, so there are states of mind that are linked with states of mind that take you to the form realm and the formless realm. If something takes you to the form realm or to the formless realm, it's taking you to a temporary paradise, which is a dangerous place to go because you get the wrong impression about samsara. Hey, samsara is not so bad. And then you go to the hell realm, okay? Like that, okay? So there's states of mind that take you to the form realm or formless realm. I think this is the say duce that he's talking about. Life, the say kunyom, okay, which create life in samsara. They create life in samsara. They are not bad karma. Okay, they're kinds of meditation. They're lion's dance. Okay, they are drip lingmatan. They are karmically neutral. They are not a bad deed, but they throw you into a realm where you suffer and die. Okay, so he keeps giving more and more examples of energies or states of mind which are neutral, karmically neutral, but they're blocking you in some way. Okay, like the lion's stance. If you do it wrong, you'll just go to a higher realm and then die and go to the hell realms. Okay, it's karmically neutral, but it's certainly an obstacle. Okay, all right, keep going. And we went and got the quotation, and Stanley, he's quoting Jinaputra, I think, right? Yeah, he's quoting Jinaputra, which is a commentator on the Abhidharma Samuccaya. And there's this whole thing is a quotation.
Yep.
Okay. All right, let's keep going. Who are you gonna pick on, teacher?
Oh, where's Julia? She here? You're welcome.
La vung du ma pen pani yon mong pa chen ma yin pao shetan.
Yay! Whoa. Okay, get what?
Virtue.
Yeah, good. Now he's talking about good karma. Okay, is negative state of mind, is messed up state of mind, good karma or bad karma?
He says it's neutral.
Neutral.
Yeah.
It's neutral. It's not a bad deed. And it's not a good deed. Okay. Is it a blocker?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Drup Lumentan.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's suppose it is not a blocker. Madhya. Suppose we're talking about a state of mind which is not a blocker, or which is good karma, okay? They cannot be related with negative emotions, okay? Good deeds, karma, good karma, gewa, and neutral karma, which is not an obstacle. Those are not involved with negative states of mind. And I guess, therefore, they don't relate to consciousness number 7. Okay, all right, here we go. And he quotes the Abhidharma Samachaya itself. Okay, and by the way, anytime a writer quotes a book, anytime a writer quotes a famous book, we go find it in the database. And we check the spelling. Sometimes we find out the spelling was wrong. Sometimes we found out the negative was wrong and it was positive. You know what I mean? We find out weird things. So we, as a mixed nut, we always we stop and we go check the original source, okay? And it takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of effort. And our stuff is clean. Our translations are clean. There have been problems in these texts that are 1,000 years old, and we fixed them. So not only are we translating the scriptures, we are fixing them as we go, okay? We're producing a clean copy. Now, in this case, he happens to have quoted it correctly, okay? And there's the quotation, same quotation. Okay. Who wrote that? Ayasanga, the person with the dog, who invented
Mind only school.
He invented the lion's den. Okay, so maybe he knows what he's talking about. Okay, what is that? Yeah. Okay, who's next?
More victims. Ina, do you want to read?
You got the cursor.
Sure.
Action du par yan yin yon mon pa chen yin he chir tripla lun du maten pater trip pen yon mon pa shidan tak tu sun par den pao.
Good. Nice reading. Thank you. Tengchen Dupa is a famous book of the early mind-only school. It's called the Mahayana Sangraha, written by Asanga, also by Arya Sangha, the dog guy. And he says, Yi is Nyomochen.
Thoughts or the mind?
What's he talking about?
You could be talking about Nyuni too.
Yeah, he's talking about Nyunyi. So throughout this section, there's a big problem.
Yeah.
We're talking about messed up state of mind. And the great writers in history of the mind-only school, sometimes they just say, mind, mind, you know, and they don't say messed up state of mind. And then it gets very confusing. Are you talking about mind in general, or are you talking about the 7th consciousness? And in this case, he's talking about the 7th consciousness, and he didn't say that. He said consciousness. So you have to know this habit of these writers who lived 1,800 years ago, that sometimes when they mean messed up state of mind, they just say mind. And I'll tell you the Sanskrit word for mind. Sorry.
Manas?
Manas, say manas. It's very important. Today it's going to be important. I hope if we get there. Sorry, hang on. He doesn't call it klishta manas or something like that, messed up state of mind. He calls it just manas, okay, which means mind, okay? And that's going to be important for this discussion. So when a mind-only guy writing in Sanskrit says manas, which means mind, he's talking about consciousness number 7 sometimes. Okay, all right, okay. Okay, but from the context, we should be able to figure it out, okay? Because he says it's messed up. Okay, so we're talking about number 7, okay? And it's messed up, and therefore it's drip. It's an obstacle. It creates an obstacle. It blocks you. It blocks you because it's concerned with negative emotions. Okay. So we learned something more about blocking. It's concerned with negative emotions. Has to do with negative emotions. Okay. But in this case, lungmaten.
It's neutral.
Karmically neutral. Karmically neutral, messed up state of mind, blocker, not bad karma, not bad karma. And causes all your pain. Okay. And we struggled with this idea in Sugang's book. You know, the first link of the wheel of life is not bad karma. It's somehow it's neutral. Okay. All right, here we go. And by the way, you can see where word here has corrected the spelling from the ancient text that we used in John Brady's database. Okay, his job in preparing his class is to go check the original carving and see if there's any mistakes. And it's very tedious and it's very meticulous. And we do it. Mix nuts all do it. And he did a good job at it. So he's put a note here that, hey, Geshe-la, this is not the spelling in the original text. Okay. Tsongkhapa has not spelled it the way it was spelled by a Sangha. Okay. So when you get those two guys, that's pretty heavy. By the way, Tsongkhapa was working with multiple translations. So just to give him his fair, to be fair to Tsongkhapa, they had not selected the final translation yet in his time. Okay, they hadn't decided which mixed nut gets to be the one forever. You see what I mean? There were several competing translations. And sometimes Tsongkhapa will pick this piece from this one and this piece from this one. And it's very confusing. And then what happened, the pieces that didn't make it were lost forever. Those manuscripts were lost forever. They carved one translation into the Tengyur and the rest were all lost. Okay, so we don't have the original that Tsongkhapa was working from. So so that means Tsongkhapa has permission to misspell every goddamn thing he wants to, because he can call to us the 1400s and say there was other translations on here. Okay, whether he really used them or not. Okay, sorry. Nyamonbashi. The weird state of mind I'm thinking about is a blocker, but it's always sungden with nyomongshi. It's always linked with
The four
negative states of mind.
Yeah.
4 negative states of mind. Do you want to go through them and we'll wait?
which four?
That's right.
Yeah.
And there's a list coming. Okay. Keep going. Who's going to read next, Uncle Word?
I don't know. Who wants to be a victim?
You sure got 3 beautiful kids. Man, I had breakfast with them the other day. Yeah, so your older daughters are so smart. They drove the car. And I didn't die. I'm still here. All right.
Yinhui, you want to read?
Suta Shum Mepana Rupe Yomong Ashindu Dini Rikla Lundu Ma Tenpa Rupe.
Good. Sumepana Chupe, operating in the
Formless realm meditations, or
states of mind operating in the form realm and the formless realm. By the way, they are virtuous normally, okay? Because they don't. When you're extremely nice person in this life and you die, you can go to the form realm and the formless realm. So normally, the kind of karma related to those 2 higher realms is good karma. Okay, so he says here, Suktan Sumepana Chepe Nyamomba, if you do have negative states of mind operating in the form realm and the formless realm, these are good examples of drip lungmata.
Blockers that are neutral.
Yeah, you want other examples of states of mind which block you, but they are not bad karma. We can say all the negative states of mind running around the form realm and the formless realm, because the states of mind relating to those two are virtuous normally, because they get you there. To get there, why do form and formless realm meditations often act as good karma? Yeah. When you're doing a lot of meditation, you don't have time to be angry. And that's a famous way to improve your life. Just spend most of the day in meditation, because you don't have time to get jealous, angry. If you did get jealous in your retreat cabin, on your meditation seat, you're not meditating. You see what I mean? On your meditation seat, you're not meditating, okay? So normally, if you're doing a good job in meditation, you don't have time to have your normal mental afflictions, okay? And that's very, very famous reason to get to the form realm or the formless realm. So he says those states of mind that are related to the form realm and the formless realm, they could be messed up, and therefore they are dip,
They block you.
but they're limited.
Neutral.
They're neutral. Okay, so there are states of mind which block you, but they are neutral. They are not bad karma. Okay. If they were bad karma, they wouldn't be related to the form and formless realm. Got it? Okay, cool. He's proving the concept of a state of mind which holds you back, but it's not a bad karma. It's a neutral karma. Okay, it holds you back, but that doesn't make it a bad karma. And sooner or later, you have to throw up your hands and say, what does it block you from? If it's not bad karma, then just tell me what it blocks you from. If we don't get there, I'll tell you the punchline. I promise. We don't have much time. Okay, go. You choose, or how do you like?
What book else say would you like to read?
Use my computer. Suk dang suk mepe mepa na chupe yini shine yu hayena yini tutak tuden denpe chiro sheto.
Yeah. Again, suk and suk mean not chupe. What's it mean? A state of mind which is involved with the form realm or the formless realm. Normally, that would be a clue that he's talking about good karma, because it gets you to this higher realms. Okay. Chupe yi ni. This yi, okay. Who remember this manas? Now, if you're in this section, you got to say, he could be talking about messed up state of mind, or he could not be talking about this. But I will consider the possibility that he's talking about nyun yi, and he just being lazy and says yi, which means mind in general. So it's a big trouble for him. Okay. Unfortunately, the nickname they chose for messed up state of mind is mind. So every time we see the word mind in these huge books, we have to think maybe they're talking about messed up state, and it gets problem.
They couldn't say Nyun, that would have been easier.
It would have been a lot easier. By the way, the Sanskrit is easier. They were writing in Sanskrit. The Sanskrit's a little more clear. All right, yini. What's Q mean? By the way, the danger, the ancient translation, I think is mistaken. Okay, and that happens sometimes. Okay, and then you need you got to be extremely sensitive to detect it. You have to spend many years with the books to understand that this is a mistake, because this is a mistake in the ancient book. Okay, someone passed on this mistake for 1800 years. Okay, and we have corrected mistakes and I think this is one of them.
Overlapping?
Yeah, so Kappa says it's cute. Say cute. The Tengyur says kid. The book that was the translation that was finally chosen to be the official translation is different from the translation that Tsongkhapa wants to use. He disagrees with the person who put together the Tengyur. Okay, Tsongkhapa is disagreeing quietly, silent auction. He corrects it without telling you he corrected it, but I know. Okay, we can tell. Okay. Q is an ancient word that means to hug somebody intimately. Okay, Q means to like those diamond weight deities that are holding each other.
Embrace.
That's called Q. Embrace. Yeah, embrace. I think it's Q here. It's unusual, but I think it's correct. I think Tsongkhapa is correct. Duh. Okay. And he says all those states of mind in the form realm and the formless realm are cured by shamatha. He says shine here, shine, shamatha. Okay, that you don't get there to the form or formless realm without perfect shamatha. You know, it's higher lion's dance. It's advanced lion's dance. By the time you get there, you have perfect focus. Okay, perfect meditation. So what's the implication? It's shamatha. Don't tell me it's a negative karma. Don't tell me it's bad karma. I say if it's related to the form and formless realm, and it's yi, even seventh, even mind number 7, I say it has to be pretty cool. It's not bad karma. I don't accept that. Okay, it's dripping in shamatha. How can you say it's negative karma? Okay, that's the cue here. Okay, all right. Yini, do Dr. Dembe here. Now this is hard, and Word's gonna figure it out. Dun, 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 dun.
So yi is Muni now,
Are
right?
you sure?
No.
What's the sentence say on the face value?
It says mind, ni, which refers to or which is tu taktu at all times, dempe chiro, all times possessing of this.
No, in the form and formless realms,
Mm.
you always have a
Mind.
mind. Come on, you know.
Mm.
Does that help us understand anything? No, it's not helpful here. Hey, guess what? You have a mind. In the form and formless realm, like, why didn't you even put that in the sentence? You know? But if we read it like Dr. Smith wants to read it, which is,
Nuni.
yeah, you still have messed up state of mind in the form and formless realms, but don't tell me it's a bad karma. It's swimming in shamatha. Got it? Cool. All right. Is it samsara? Yes. Is it swimming in deep, beautiful perfect meditation? Yes. Don't tell me consciousness number 7 is a bad karma. It's a blocker, but it's neutral. Why? It's in this 60 realms. Come on. And it's all lovey-dovey with shamatha. That's a good translation of Q.
Cute.
It's lovey-dovey with shamatha. It's soaked in shamatha. Don't tell me it's a bad karma. Okay. He's giving an example of a neutral state of mind, which is still the messed up state of mind. You do not lose consciousness number 7 when you get to the form and formless. He says, he need do Dr. Den. They always have that. They always have that mind. Which one? 7, duh. Do I have to say 7? Do I have to keep repeating 7? Aren't we talking about 7? Why is it amazing? It's got to be talking about 7. You have 7 in the form and formless realm. You cannot commit a bad deed in the form and formless realm. Therefore, 7 cannot be a bad karma. Got it? Because everybody in the formless realm has it. And if it's a bad karma, then you've got bad karma running around the formless realm where everybody's lovey-dovey with high shaman. Got it? Mm. Oh,
Hit 5
okay.
p.m.
Word, he has
at the time.
Wait, what is it?
Oh, okay. Actually, it's 2 questions. They're actually very important though.
They better be.
Okay, it seems here that the reference to good karma is actually referencing just samsaric good karma, meaning just a pleasant result, not good karma. A bodhisattva is looking for good karma in the sense that this ripening is going to propel their vipassana, their special insight further. They're not interested in just a good result. A good
No,
result.
they are. No, they are. Some of the people who develop shamatha have no interest in vipassana.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because good karma can just be more samsaric stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a good car, but who cares? You're gonna die.
Yeah, that's totally true.
So we want good karma to be good karma that will propel Vipassana further.
Yeah, you can say that.
Okay, my second question. This is also.
Well, no second question. We got to go.
After
class. We got to do one more sentence. We got time, Tim. We okay? We're supposed to stop now, right? But we're not. Okay. One more sentence. Oh, that's our 15 minutes, right? Oh. Yeah. Let's go over. A little bird is telling me. Okay. All right. Who's gonna read? By the way, in 5 minutes, we will stop and we're gonna ask the magic question for the Xuanzang Towers classes, the new mixed nuts format. We always spend some time at the end of class and we pose an important question. What is it? What the hell use is this in your movement? You know, and because we did 7 years of mixed nuts classes. And I think a lot of people felt in their heart, I don't see how I can use this in my real life. And it was frustrating for me because I also had the same feeling. So I think what we're gonna do is after every one of these classes, we're gonna discuss how can we use this today? You know, what concept in this class today did you hear that you could use in your real life? Okay. And we're gonna discuss that after we finish this sentence. Who's gonna read it? Joy. You got the cursor.
Okay.
Rick,
Yeah.
Rick Tonde, Ta Yina, Luma Tenker, Kona, Neba Chichena.
Nice. Looks like Word is having 2 sets of kids.
Don't tell me.
Okay, someone's asking a question. Shena at the end of the sentence means somebody is asking some kind of a question. Okay, I kind of got it clear what you're talking about when you say blocker. I mean, I'm getting more understanding of it. Things can be neutral and still be blockers. I understand. But so I kind of understand. I have a feeling about why the 7th consciousness should be a blocker. I'm getting there. But why do you say it has to be karmically neutral? Why cannot it be a bad karma? What's wrong with saying it's a bad karma? I understand the blocker thing. And by the way, somewhere in here, he defines blocker as anything which blocks your understanding of the true nature of reality. Ooh. And I was so thrilled when I saw it. It's in here somewhere. Okay. He says blocker means blocks your understanding of the true nature of reality. Okay. And it doesn't mean bad karma. It's a blocker of your understanding of the true nature of reality. That's all. Okay, so he says, I'm getting there on the blocking thing. I got the blocking's okay with me. Geshe-la said about I'm comfortable with that. But why can't it be a bad karma? You know, that's not comfortable. Like, I understand it's blocking my understanding of higher reality. I got that part. But why you say it can't be a bad karma? And I understand that in the two higher realms, it couldn't be a bad karma because they don't have a bad karma there. I understand that. But why can't it be bad karma here with us? Why do you say that? And when you're teaching a class, I'll give you a clue. Always leave a question unanswered. So the students will come back next time. It's like those Korean, I watched the first one last night. It's like Korean soap opera. It was, I like the King's Affection, but they always leave you, you got to come back for the next show. Okay? So you got to come back to the next Wordsmith show. And please lead a discussion while Grandpa relaxes.
Okay. Okay, so we just had an amazing class on the Mind Only School.
Yay.
Thank you, Geshe-la. Thank you, Word.
Which is it's very difficult. The name of this book is very difficult.
Yeah. So Kaba names the book difficult. So if he says that, it's probably difficult.
It is hard. So, and I, just like Geshe-la said, I also struggled with how to utilize some of these ideas in my real life, right? And and so, but to be honest, it takes some time with these texts. Like it's not like a soap opera or something. It might take you like a year or two or even more. I think Stanley had the same experience with Abhidharma, where in the beginning you're like, what? And then, you know, a few years in, you're all of a sudden they start to like kind of percolate, and it gets to your heart eventually, and you start to see the practical use. So we want to talk about that. Olga has a question. I'll get to you in a second. You have a life tool? Okay. Well, one second. Okay. So yeah. So we want to discuss ways that we can utilize these ideas in your practical life. And I have to say that I use this stuff in all the books every day, like every single day. Okay. I wouldn't be able to survive my
They wouldn't be able to survive.
Touche. No, it's, you know, family life and work and all these things, it takes a lot of effort and a lot comes up, and you have to, it's good to have tools, you know, and we have so many. That's why you have to come to all the mixed nuts classes, not just Mind Only. Okay, so I want to hear from you all. Olga first. She has the mic. Is there a mic for her?
How are you gonna use today's class in your real life? What did you learn that you could even remotely use in your real life?
Yeah.
Well, what I learned is that from neutral state of mind, that misunderstanding, we have to, of course, get to understanding, but this is quite obvious after 12 years of studying with you. But what I wanted to offer is the life tool based on this, what you studied today. And you can compare it with the gears of a car. There is a neutral where you don't really go much. It doesn't really hinder you from coming, but in a way it hinders because it doesn't let you go as far as you want. Then you can compare the schools, the Abhidharma with the first gear. It gets you, but slowly. Then the let's say the logic with the second, and so far and so far and so far, and further and further, and then the higher is the Prasangika, which will get you to the final goal faster. Oh,
Nice.
I think just to paraphrase, to be in neutral is to lose ground. To be in neutral is to not make progress. Something like that.
Ina?
I said negative emotions can make you use, you can go
Reverse.
backwards.
Awesome. Anybody else?
Well, for someone like me that's new to all of these teachings, I think this helps me like acknowledge my history before all these teachings.
Yeah.
And like set a ground where I can understand how I kind of have some good karma that I was not conscious that I was building,
Yeah.
and now start making more conscious how to turn that into a.
Yeah. Like maybe there's good karma that doesn't get you very far.
Yes, I also have, this ground to analyze or understand some other people's reaction.
Okay, cool. Anybody else? Whoa, good catch.
Well, you broke my brain this morning.
That's a goal.
Welcome.
Genuinely appreciate it. The first point that you broke anyway, that's going to change the way I see the world from now on, is that there are mechanics in terms of the differentiation of consciousness. What keeps us from enlightenment? There are rules for this. Like that first link in the Wheel of Samsara, changed my mind, my life. The second one is that neutral karma is what it is. There's a not bad, not good ground in which we exist that you can move through and you can see as ground. So thank you so much. You've made a huge difference to me.
I'll paraphrase that. It's clear that good karma creates part of our world, and it's clear that bad karma creates part of our world. But there's teachings in the ancient books that we have to appreciate that neutral karma creates most of the background of the world. Okay, most of what you see, the dirt, the carpets, the buildings, most of the people you meet, you don't feel like they're hurting you, or you don't feel like they're helping you, but it's still a result of karma. And that's called neutral karma. So the vast background of your life is a result of neutral karma. And so it's useful to study neutral karma. Yep.
Anybody else? Jacqueline?
So if I understood correctly, that the first link is a neutral karma that can cause a negative karma. Is that correct?
I'll say this, and I think it's homework for all of us. Suppose Xuanzang is correct, that the first link in the wheel of life, the trigger for all human suffering, is karmically neutral. Then how is that? Why isn't that the ultimate evil, to create all the pain in the world? Shouldn't it be the worst thing of all? How can you say it's neutral? But all the books agree it's neutral, which means, Jacqueline, I was kind of thinking about it this morning, that the neutral misunderstanding of the world must immediately trigger something nasty, which triggers the rest of the crowd. I mean, there must be like a bridge between the neutral misunderstanding people and then all the pain in the world. There must be, I thought that's what you were proposing. There must be, it must trigger something which then triggers all the crowd. You see what I mean? There must be some guy here that he hasn't identified. I don't know.
What it made me think of is all of this potential and all these neutral karmas, like the carpet background, to be, we should be careful to not overlook them and use them as potential ways to transform our world out of suffering. And all those neutral people in our world that we don't necessarily talk to, we must turn them into those wish fulfilling gems, those jewels, like to generate more bodhicitta.
Tim?
Could we think of it as like when you put you put tea into a cup, right? You have a glass of water and you put tea in it. And then the tea is kind of imbuing the whole water with the essence of tea, right? Could it be that what we're thinking of is that the karmically neutral misunderstanding is kind of like that essence that we're just operating in? And then if you were to replace that tea with, and you go from, green tea to chamomile, and the chamomile tea is the wisdom side, then if you're imbued with wisdom, then the things that you do would be entirely different. Like there's still good and bad karma, but when you're imbued with wisdom, there's a whole different result that's happened. There's a whole different kind of seed being planted.
Maybe I don't have the answers, but I have a feeling we're going there.
It's 5:15, Jen, just so you know. Or it's
Last
Peachtree.
comment, go ahead.
technically.
Well, 30 seconds.
that
Go.
we're wallowing in this neutral state of karma, and that by realizing we're not progressing towards the attainment of wisdom for the benefit of all beings, we can kick ourselves more assertively, proactively into a proactive seed planting mode rather than just sitting in the neutrality.
Okay. Sorry, we'll pick it up. But we have right now Peachtree World News. Peachtree World News is to let you know we have 20 organizations. They all have sexy things going on. Usually we don't hear about them because, we're not watching their website or something. So the purpose of Peachtree World News is to kind of tell you what cool things are happening in our 20 organizations this week or this month, and maybe you want to check them out. We're over to you, Daniel, on vacation at the beach with a very beautiful lady. And I don't know why I'm not there and you're there, but
it's just a neutral background. It's just the one of
not
these
a big background. It's the real ocean.
high quality virtual neutral background. All right. Well, Geshe-la, thank you so much for translating, for fixing the scriptures. Thank you for describing my mind. Way to go in keeping the word and the text clean and pure. And thanks for helping us to remove our blockers to be happy every single day. I better not miss any more of Professor Word's next classes. So none of us better miss any of these classes. They're amazing. And thank you for keeping us in fifth gear, boss. So we really would like to welcome our first guest on the show. His name is Rob Haggerty. We're going to go straight away to our first segment. Rob, are you there? Mr. Haggerty, are you available?
I guess I'm. Yeah.
Yay! Cool, Rob. Thanks for joining us today. How are you enjoying the retreat?
What?
How are you enjoying the retreat?
Amazing, totally incredible. Kind of wish you were here.
I'm jealous. I wish I was there too. So,
we were there.
I wish you were all here.
We did not get that memo.
Can we do exchanging stuff and others?
No problem. Donglin. So speaking of, Rob has a really cool story for us this morning about some of the work that he's been up to. So I'd like to start off just by congratulating you on this really cool project that you've taken under your belt. Rob has been serving tirelessly some friends of ours from Ukraine. And I'd like to just give him the microphone, give him the stage and let him talk to us about it a little bit. Tell me what's been the most exciting part about this for you, Rob?
Geshe-la, Jigme, Rosa, Anjali, then a whole group of us in Rimrock and Sedona kind of took responsibility to take care of a couple people out of the Ukraine to come and kind of start over the United States. And so I was actually just sitting in on a meeting about them getting an apartment potentially, and then suddenly they needed like a lead, and everyone just sort of looked my direction. So I just said, okay, sure, let's just do it. So kind of when the war broke out, I believe we started a project immediately, or an effort was made to help people. And I believe it was the Russian and Ukrainian groups together put together resources to support everything you can imagine, I guess, housing, transportation, food, medical, whatever anyone needed really at the end of the day. And then Geshe-la wanted to get a little bit more involved and offer some opportunities for people to come here to the United States and get them jobs at Peachtree Cafe, get them a place to live. You know, I didn't think it was too much work when we started. So we rented this amazing apartment for them in Rimrock. And then I went to the apartment. There wasn't a spoon, there wasn't a towel, there wasn't salt. I forgot what it was like to start with nothing. And so we had to put together a group to really figure out, how do we house them? How do we find them employment? And how do we get them to the doctor? So it's really a group effort to do this and stuff. And so we've been sort of working really hard to help them. And I think the coolest thing about the whole project is we were driving up to have a meeting at Menla.
Yeah.
And we saw Tatiana walking down, and she was just glowing. And Diamond Mountain offered them 2 work-study positions during the retreat, and they just have been glowing. It's been really beautiful to watch them sort of flourish and sort of work through really the trauma of leaving a terrible situation and then coming here to start over, and then to not even know the language or how we do things here. And so it's been super rewarding.
That's awesome. So as Rob corrected me, he's taken the main responsibility, but there's a lot of people helping, a lot of people involved. And actually, it's presenting an opportunity for all of us. We actually, Xuan's about to show something on the screen. And so if anybody would like to help Rob help the Ukrainians and get in on the karma, our friends from Ukraine, there's going to be a QR on the screen here in a second. But also, I just want to say that you can help with your own 2 hands. You know, I've had the opportunity to actually go and do some handiwork at their apartment, which is really cool. So I'm glad I got to help out with some stuff. So if anybody is in the area, or if anybody wants to help out monetarily, contact Rob or follow the QR, which they are putting on the screen now. So here's some of the expenses.
Yeah,
go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, honestly, that's just for rent. We have lots of incidentals, you know, things like going to, as we sort of get their life on track and get them to a place where they can just sort of become independent, we've committed to sort of helping them with really every facet of their lives, this just being one of them. So if you want to, like, right now, just hit your phone or go to that QR code, you can donate really any amount helps. This is not a non-for-profit organization. It's just us as individuals taking responsibility to want to help them. You won't get any tax benefit from this at all, but you would get a tremendous opportunity to help human beings who are really trying to start their lives over. And it doesn't just even have to be this. You could reach out to them, give them your email, be their friend, take them to the store, kind of just be like some moral support for them. There's a whole range of ways that you can help. Don't wait for me to tell you what to do, because sometimes it's just a lot. So just reach out either to me, or if you know them directly through the Telegram channel, just say, they're just the beginning. This is just the beginning of people to come. The idea is that they would become strong and then do the same thing for another group of people after them. We have 2 more, a mom and a child coming as well, but the list just goes on. And then you can do this not just with them, but in your own community. If you see an opportunity in your own community to help people, then just go for it. You know, like, find someone that you can help. Take the opportunity to go outside your, what do we call it?
Comfort zone.
Your comfort zone. out of your palace, I guess, and go out and help somebody with their time or with their health needs or whatever that is. So it doesn't just have to be here, but it could, because November 1st is coming up and we got to pay rent.
Awesome.
Otherwise, Geshe just puts the bill, which he has been doing. But so many people have helped. I think we raised about $15,000 or $16,000 so far. Yeah.
Sweet. Well, the Peachtree World News is going to send $100 after the show. So that's awesome. Thank you so much, Rob.
Great. Thanks.
Thank you, Ron.
All
Rob's been the main person, and Rob's been doing all the hard work, and I'd like to thank him.
Awesome. Thanks, Rob. Keep up the good work. So we're going to keep the show rolling since we only have 15-minute segment. And thank you so much, Rob, again, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks, Greg.
Okay, so next up is a little sneak peek of what we have coming up on our full show. So as most of you might know, some of you may not, we do a monthly show, Peachtree World News Show, which is about an hour, 15-minute show, which allows us to have more in-depth segments, more coverage. But for now, we want to get you excited for the next show, and we're going to give you a sneak peek. So we have Aldo Arzapalo, a senior ACI teacher from Guadalajara, and we have Paulina Garcia Franco with us today, live from Guadalajara. I see Aldo. I think Paulina is going to be with us today. And there's Pao. Yeah. Hi, guys. So we want to congratulate you on your recent tour of Latin America, spreading some of the ancient wisdom teachings. We're very proud of you guys and keeping the lineage alive. And we want to just show off a little video of some of the work that you did and maybe just get a few comments from you on that video. And if people want to know more, then they have to come watch the show on November 7th. So I think Juan's going to take it away with the video, and then we'll get some feedback from you guys. But while we're waiting, what did you think of the teaching so far, Pao?
Oh, well, amazing, of course. I wish I was there, but it's amazing that we can take the teachings online. Now that I have a baby, it's perfect for me. And yeah, Wordsmith is, and together with Geshe Michael, mind-blowing. Thank you.
Yeah, now we can have these cool virtual backgrounds and listen to the teachings. How are you, Aldo? How's your retreat going?
Hi, Daniel. Amazing. Yeah, this retreat has been amazing. I wish I was there, but it's good to have it online. And also these Peachtree classes and classes with Dr. Ward are just like mind-blowing and just going deeper and deeper.
So while I think we're still waiting for the video. So I just got message that there was a little technical snag, but why don't you tell me, Aldo, what cities did you guys visit on this tour?
Okay, so we decided to divide a group of teachers, like in 2 or 3 teachers. So we went to Costa Rica, to Argentina, to Mexico City, and to Colombia. And me and Pau went to Colombia. Santa Marta, Colombia is this city, the Caribbean Sea. Colombia, it's amazing. The people there, it's amazing. I really want to thank Lucero, Sandra, and Alejandra. Maybe they're watching here. It's just amazing. And this idea of the planet jumper. So we want to spread the light in planet Latin America, and we went to Colombia, and the people there are amazing. They're already serving the community and helping the people in need there, and they're just a group full of love and wisdom, and it was amazing to share with them. It was really a very successful experience, and was full house 2 days, and it was just mind-blowing.
That's awesome. They must be so excited for you guys to come back.
Definitely, we want to take also this opportunity to thank all the people who helped finance the tour, and thank the local producers in each country, because it was truly a 100% team effort. And, we planted seeds that will grow in each place, and we hope to follow up in the next 6 months. And ideally, every 6 months from now on, we want to go there and continue our mission of bringing wisdom to all Latin America. Because Geshe Michael, he said to us, like, go out to Latin America. People are thirsty for these teachings. And we realize that many people need this wisdom in their life more than we had imagined.
That's amazing. And so what other countries did you visit this time?
Can I say one thing?
Yes.
The sponsor who sponsored the airplane fees for this tour of Latin America to 3-4 countries has offered to do it twice a year.
Yay. Awesome. The flights are paid. That's amazing. Well, thank you to that amazing sponsor. And here we go with the video. How sweet is that? Congratulations. You guys look so happy and beautiful, and all the people look so beautiful. Thanks for doing what you guys do, guys. We're very excited to have you on the show on the 7th. So I'm going to go ahead and just move right on to the next segment, guys, but we will see your lovely face very soon. Everybody else will get to continuation of this. Thank you, guys. We love you.
Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Gashela.
Yay. So with the 2 minutes we have left, I just want to get people excited about the show that we have coming up on November 7th. So we have another few little, basically, I just want to let everyone know who doesn't know what Peachtree World News does. Our job is to spotlight all of the events and organizers around the Worldview Network. There's so much going on that it's easy to, especially if you're one of the organizers or if you're more focused on one organization or another, it's easy to miss all the exciting, amazing, beautiful changes that are happening in our world as a result of the work that's happening within this group of the Worldview Network. So our job is to bring this news to you in an exciting, modern, fresh style. And so please stay tuned with us. We want you to watch our shows in the future, help us spread the word. Once you find out what we're doing, then you can tell other people about it too. So are we ready, Juan? We have a little bit of some samples of what our past, actually, here's a QR code. So the QR code there, you can scan it to register for the Zoom event, November 7th, our next show. We also have, if you want to schedule a spot, there's many people who we haven't had on the show yet that we would like to get you on the show. So if you are a student within the Worldview Network and you're doing something cool and exciting to help spread these teachings, we want you on the show. So please schedule a spot with us. Send an email to info@peachtreeworldnews.com. You can visit our website at peachtreeworldnews.com. and ask us for a spot. We'll schedule you a spot and we'll talk about the exciting stuff that you're doing in the world. Is there a little sample of the other? There it goes.
It's a great show.
Set and welcome. We have Peter, Maria, and we have Victoria. So please say hello to them, guys.
It's a special occasion for us. My name is Victoria Tambu, and I'm here reading for you.
The limits of what we thought is possible in this reality, or better.
Yeah.
Like we will be just I don't know, watching TV, like right now. But material, he will let you know. You'll see.
Yeah.
Hi guys. I gotta say, I remember the first day that Peter and Maria asked me about this Gold Club idea. I distinctly
the three amigos up here.
Wow, you guys are... That's the name of a tequila or something. No? I've seen it somewhere. I don't know.
All right, here we go.
There. Such an honor, a very cool place to know. So let's check it out. How are you doing?
You guys got another question for us?
One more, but it's in Russian. We need translation.
Yeah, I can do it. Really?
Okay. Last question. Last question for today.
Can you say it?
Ooh, okay. Hello. If a person saw emptiness directly.
Можно ответить по-русски, да?
So there it is. There's a little look inside the show. We have a lot of fun making the show. We're learning, we're getting better, and it's always a pleasure to have people watching and joining us and getting to know about it. So don't miss the November 7th show, and we'll see you back again on Monday for the next Xuanzang Towers. Geshe-la, do you want to say anything?
Yeah, just one more time. We would like to have everybody here on the show. If you're doing something fun, you're doing something cool, it doesn't have to be a big project. If you're running an Iron Woman competition or something, we'd like to know what everyone's doing, okay? Or you want to brag about your kids or something. We want to have you on the show. So please contact the email that we talked, info for Peachtree News, and we're going to have a class now. We're going to have wordsmiths, Tibetan language class. We're going to go straight into it. So thank you, Daniel. And what? We're going to take a 2-minute break here to breathe, and then we'll start words language class. Okay? Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Geshe-la. Thank you, everyone, for all their hard work at the retreat, and thanks, Word, for teaching. We'll see you guys next time.
Thank you. All right. Thanks, Daniel, and thanks, Geshe-la, and thank you, Word, and thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Nick.
Thank you, everyone.